Welcome to Russian Solutions. In this video, we'll discuss Set Service Application in SharePoint 2016. So in this video, we'll cover how we can configure the Set Service Application and what is the sources available in the SharePoint to search, and also we'll discuss what is the search performance in a SharePoint environment, and when we configure how you can crawl the data and what are the crawl possibilities were there in the SharePoint search service. And also we'll discuss search queries, and also we'll cover how it works in the site collection, how you can search your content inside your SharePoint site. And also we have couple of content databases we'll create when you create a search service application. We'll discuss about that content databases, and we do have some components inside the search and how that components works and what is the advantage with the components, that also will cover in this session. So let's get started with the SharePoint environment. So for that, I'm going back to the central administration here. So inside this central administration, we know that we have couple of options. We covered few and we'll cover remaining. And before going to the service application, we'll go to the site. Now here I have a site. In this site I have data. For example, if I start searching something here, for example, there is a title text documents which is uploaded in the document library. Now I'm trying to search with the title, and of course if you create any list and any custom list, and the title column will add to that particular list. But when I try to search for this title, I'm getting, sorry, something went wrong. The search request was unable to connect to the search service. No, it will not connect because we are not configured the search service application in this environment. So that's why it's showing this message. We'll resolve this issue. So this issue is a common, and it is passing some correlation ID, and twice it is passing with the same correlation ID. But we'll see about this correlation ID, what exactly it is and why it is passing the error message. So before discussing that, we'll come back to the SharePoint Central Administration. In the SharePoint Central Administration, we have application management section. When we go to this application management section, we can able to see a couple of options. Under that, we have web applications, site collections, service applications, and databases are the major parts. So now we'll cover this service application part. So here in this service application, here we have very first option called as manage service application. If you want to create or delete or manage or configure any service application, you have to come here. So here only 3 service applications were configured. One is state service, another one is secure token service, another one is application discovery and load balance service application, which is these two by default. And for other requirement, I created this state service application, and the proxy also created here. Now what we want to cover, we want to cover search service application. So to create a search service application, now here we have an option like when you create new, you can able to see app management service, business data connectivity service, machine translation service, manage metadata, project server service application, search service application, secure store, user profiles, and word automation services. So we have all this. So in this we'll cover with the search service application. To create this search service application, click search service application. Now it's trying to open another window to create a search service application. Now I'm not giving a search service application 1, I'm giving search service application as a name, and then search service application type cloud search service application. No, this is not a cloud search service application. Here see the message, select the checkbox to make this cloud search service application that crawls on-premise content in the cloud hybrid search. Now I'm not going to make this environment as a hybrid environment now, so that's why I'm not going to select this. Now here another option is search service account. Now which account you want to use to run this particular search service. So for that we have admin and we have this another account to run. So I'm giving this or otherwise you can register another managed account also to run this search service. But I have two accounts, that's fine. So when I'm trying to create this search service application, it will ask two application pool to run this. So the first application pool to run the search admin web service, and the second one is to run application pool for search query and site settings web service. So for these two, I'm trying to select here. I don't want to create a new one, or if you want to create a new application pool, you can click this one. You can create a application pool name, like I'm trying to create a search app pool, and the same one, no, I'll use this one for this search admin web service. I'll use the existing one for the this there is a secure token service application pool, another one is SharePoint web services system. Two application pools were available, and if you want to use this you can, or if you want to create another application pool, yes, you can able to create. We'll create another one, search apple, and this one also search apple. What will give query? Done. So I'll use this account, and for this also I'll use this account, and that's fine. Now here only couple of options. To give a name, you have to enter here, and then this is an account to run this search service, and these are the two application pools we are creating to run this search service application. Now what I'm doing is, when you click OK, and then it will try to create a search service, it will take a lot of time. It will take minimum 5 to 6 minutes, and later we'll see is this passing any errors, or is it exactly getting the search service application inside SharePoint 2016. If it is passing any errors, we'll try to resolve those errors also. So before we'll open this one. Now when you go to the SharePoint, we have one search box here, and it will search entire site. And if you go to any list or a document library, and it will find an item from this list. If you go to the document library also, you can able to see this find a file option, and here in the top you can able to see the search this site. When you try to search anything here, it will search in entire site. When you try to search here, it will try to search the data inside only this particular document library, not in a different document library in the same site. But here it will fetch complete data, and it will display here. And also when you create a pages, and there also you can able to add the web parts. So there is couple of web parts is available for search, so that we can see. For example, I'm trying to create a page here. Click add a page. I'm trying to create a search page. Type search, create. Done. So when you try to insert, and there is a web parts option, in the web parts we can able to see search, and we have search box, and we have search navigation, and we have search results. So you can put this search results here. Now the search results web part, it will pass error. That's very common because the search is not working yet, so that's why it will pass an error. And I'm trying to insert another web part. Click web part, and then use search box and click add. Now this will not move from here to here. So basically the search box would be in the top and search result would be in the bottom. So that way you can, but now you can able to see the error in the top. So instead of that, what we'll do is we'll try to edit this, and we'll delete this one here. Is delete. Click OK. We deleted and try to insert the search results. When you try to search the content, you can able to see the box in the top and then results in the bottom. Okay, I try to save this one. Done. So you have this search box. If you try to search with the title, you'll get an error message again. So nothing to worry here because we are not configured the search service application. So once we done that, and we'll try these all options and come back to the settings of site settings. In the site settings also, we can able to see couple of options related to the search. We have a separate section for the search here. So result sources will represent or will define the specific content to search. For example, you want to search in a site, you can create the site scope in the result sources, and then you can get the results. And this is results type. We'll discuss deeply about this, and like PDF files, Word files, or MS Office files, those things you can able to see. This is query, and if you want to define some query, you can define here. And this is about the schema. In the schema, we can able to see the managed properties, scroll properties information, and if you want to manage your search in offline, you can do that. And all the settings you can export and you can import. So this way you can manage inside site. We'll see each and every topic in the upcoming videos, how you can work with this result sources and results type and query rules. So we'll come back to here, and it's still going on from last 4 minutes 22 seconds, and it's still configuring the search service application. So once it completes, we can able to see what happened in the search. We'll wait for that. It will take maximum 6 to 10 minutes. Once it completes, we'll come back and we'll open the search service application. We'll see the what components it is created and what databases it creates and what are the options inside the search service application. Okay, fine. It is still creating. We'll duplicate this. So once any service application creates here like this, so if you want to manage, then we have to click this manage will be up here. But for this, it's a state service application, that's why it's not showing any manage option. But when we come back to the set service application or any other service application like user profile service application, manage metadata, or we have performance point services, and also we have business data connectivity service applications, that will see these options will be enabled. And once that enabled and we can go inside that service application, we can able to see the options of it. See, now the search service application is created and you can able to see the message, the search service application was created successfully. So we given one name and it is giving its name, so that's why it's coming twice. Click OK. So it refreshes the page. And also see, when you create this search service application, and also a couple of other service applications also automatically added here, those are search admin web service for search service application, and this is about the usage application also created automatically. So to manage this one, click this search service application. Now this manage administration, administrator, properties, publish, permissions, everything is available now. Now we'll discuss about this manage. Go to manage. So it is loading and this is the first time, so that's why this search topology will take time. Sometimes we'll get an error message here when it is retrieving the topology. So before seeing this topology, and we can refresh here and we can see that later. Now here we can able to see we are not given any database server name and any databases names, but this is created automatically when you configure here. And also, for example, if you don't like this kind of database names, example, see, we can able to see search service application DB and so on. So it's analytics reporting DB, so on. So if you don't like this kind of GUIDs after these database names, we can able to create this search service application from PowerShell script. But now we created from the UI, so that's why it is given some GUID after the database name. We'll discuss about this. Now it created 4 databases here. First one is administration database. This administration database will store all the information related to the settings and the configuration related information, everything stored in the administration database. And coming back to the analytics reporting database, this database will be useful to report your site usages. For example, there is a user is opening a document library, maybe a site or maybe site collection or maybe a pages, and you want to see and how many people accessing your site and also how many unique visitors coming to your site, all the analytics will store here. So this analytics reporting database will keep all the usage related information inside this. And you can see when you go to the document library, you can able to see the most popular items, coming from here, analytics database. And the next one is crawl database. So currently we don't have any items here, so you can see searchable items, all errors. Now currently we don't have any searchable items. But when it comes to the when it comes to the crawl, and once this crawl completes, or maybe full crawl or maybe incremental or continuous crawl, after that it automatically updates these searchable items here. So the crawl happens every time, and this database will store the crawl related information, when the full crawl is run and when the incremental crawl is run, or when from when the continuous crawl starts, how it is running, everything, all the crawl related information stored here. And the next one is link database. Now we'll come back to the crawl again. Once the crawl completes, and it will prepare the index. So when it is preparing the index, and it just prepare the index of that particular tags only, and all the links will store in the link database. When somebody is trying to search for an data, and then it will fetch the data as well as links also. So the links will store in link database. So four important databases involved in search. One is admin database, another one is analytics reporting database, crawl database, and link database. Now the search topology is not yet configured. We'll see is there any errors in this. I will try to refresh this search topology. No, still it is taking some more time. Okay, so meanwhile, if we have any issues here, it will pass us here after some time. If it is not passing any issues, we'll go to the, see, now we don't have any errors. We just refreshed this page. Now we can able to see the components also. Now totally we have 6 components. One is admin component, crawler component, content processing, and the next one is analytics processing, query processing. The final one is index partition. So this 6 components is available here. If you have any issues in any of these components, you can see a yellow delta mark, or you can see a cross mark with an error stating. So if you don't have any errors here, which means your search is fine, and it is ready to crawl the data. Now we'll see that also. Before that, we need to remember these all admin, crawler, content processing. These all are the components, and which is used to run your search. And here, just before, we saw a couple of messages here. Searchable items now 0. Just before, we have message that all errors. Now we don't have. Now we can able to see this crawl rate also 0 now, because we are not run any crawl yet. And this is default content access account is this, and this content email address for crawls is this, and this is proxy server for crawling and federation. We don't have. Alerts is disabled, and query logging is disabled, and global search center URL is, we are not created any enterprise search yet. So that's why here we are not given anything. So before running this, I'm going back to this, and there is a security option here. In the security option, I'm going to add a user inside the farm admin group. So for that, we have manage farm administrators group. Click here. Inside this, we can able to see who are the farm administrators. Now this account is already in the farm administrators group, so we no need to worry. Then we'll try to run the crawl. So before running the crawl, we have diagnostics here, we have crawling, we have queries and results here. So this part is most important, and this is only about to check search performance and related reports, and this is about the queries related information. This one, we can also see these all options inside. Most of the options, not all options, most of the options we can able to see for a specific site collection also. And these options, most important, the very first one is content sources. We'll go to the content sources. It will fetch all the web applications from your environment. So in the content sources, we have one content source named as local SharePoint site, or if you want to create another one, you can able to create. But we don't have much web applications here to create a different content sources for different web applications. So I'm going here, we have an option edit. Inside this, we can able to see the name. If you want to change this name, you can. Now this content sources type is SharePoint sites, and the current status of this crawl is idle. Now continuous crawl also we are not implemented it. We don't have last crawl type, last crawl began, duration, last crawl completed, because this is very first time we are opening, and we know that we have only one web application, so that's why this web application is showing here. If you have two web applications, three web applications, you can able to see all web applications here. Now here we have crawl settings. Select crawling behavior for all start addresses in this content. Now we have this start address, that is a web application address, and crawl everything under the hostname for each start address, or only crawl the site collection of each start address. No, I want to crawl everything. If I have 10-20 site collections under it, or 30-40 subsites also, I want to crawl everything under this instance or this web application. So you can select this one. Now here we have two options. One is enable continuous crawl, the second one is enable incremental crawl. Continuous crawl will crawl continuously once it starts crawling, and once the crawl completes, then again immediately another instance will start, and then it will crawl all the data which is modified and which is updated, added and deleted. Everything it will crawl and it will make an index. So before discussing this, first we need to discuss about a full crawl. The full crawl read entire data and it prepares the index. Once the full crawl completes, and then you can choose any one of these and this will start working. Initially we need to run only full crawl. Later you can choose incremental crawl or continuous crawl. Incremental crawl will run in a periodical fashion, so which means if you put for every 2 hours, then it will start crawling the data, and if it completes after 20 minutes, and then it will wait another 1 hour 40 minutes, and then it will start again. Then it will crawl the data which is recently updated and recently deleted and recently added. Only those data it will read, and then it will update the index. And coming to the continuous, it will run continuously. One instance complete and another one instance will start again, and it crawls continuously. So if you have a good configured system, and you can go with this continuous. If you don't have that much configuration, then you can go with an incremental crawl. When your search is running, it occupies maximum amount of CPU usage and maximum memory usage. So that's why it's better to use an incremental crawl over continuous crawl. So now it is incremental crawl is enabled. Now we can schedule the incremental crawl. For scheduling, we have to click that option, then it will open the window. You want to run daily basis, you can choose this one. If you want to run weekly, you can choose this one. And then in week, which day you want to run, if month, and which month you want to run. We'll go with the daily basis. In the daily, run every 1 day. No, I want to repeat in the day. For example, day we know that 1440 minutes. If I give 240 minutes, then it is every 4 hours. Click OK. Done. Incremental crawl is scheduled. And next we have a full crawl. It's better practice to not schedule the full crawl. Just go and run a full crawl once, and then later the incremental crawl will take care about the updated data. The last one, content source priority, just keep normal, or if you put high, and your memory usage also will be high. So it's better to keep in a normal stage. That is about this. That is about the content sources and configuring the crawls. Click OK. Okay, now it is in idle state. Well, click this one. We can able to see start full crawl, and before that we schedule the incremental crawl. We can able to see it is going to start at 12 a.m. It starts at 12 a.m. then after that 4 a.m. after that 8 a.m. and so on, so on. So like that it will run, but will start full crawl. When you click full crawl, it opens a window and saying that, are you sure you want to start a full crawl? Yes, I want to start a full crawl. Click OK. Done. It's starting the full crawl, and it will also take some time to crawl the data. I don't have much data in my environment, probably have 20 or 30 items, not more than that. It may be some couple of list and document libraries. We'll see how this works, how much time it will take. It's crawling full. You can able to see the status here. If you want to stop all crawls, you can. If you want to pause all crawls, you can do from here. So meanwhile it will take some time. Meanwhile we'll see about some crawl rules here. So if you want to add some rules to this particular search service application, you can do. And here in these rules, we have two different options. One is exclude content, another one is include content. If you want to exclude any particular web application or a site, you can enter here. Or if you want to include any particular site or a web application, you can enter here. So after this path, you can able to see these are the regular expression, the star and dot star, which means it will it will include all that http files. Or if you give some host name, you have to give slash star, and after host name it will include or exclude all those items. You can able to see this configuration: exclude all items in this path, exclude complex urls only, or exclude everything. Now include all items in this path, you can able to see these are the radio button, either you can include or exclude. In the include, and you have an option follow links on the url without crawling the url itself, and crawl complex urls, crawl SharePoint content as http pages. So this is about exclude and include. This one is about the authentication. If you want to use any authentication, you can use that account which you are using, or specify a different content access account or client certificate, or you can specify from credentials. You can use cookie for crawling, and also if your site is an anonymous access, then you can use this option. So that is about crawl rules. We'll go back to the content sources. Okay, it's still 2 minutes 30 seconds, it's still going on. And next we'll discuss about this parser resume. For suppose your crawl is running, your system performance is too poor, and client or end users complaining that sites is not opening, or maybe they cannot able to access anything in that site, and you want to stop this for a while, you can use this pass. Because we know that search occupies a huge amount of memory when you are running the search service application, or it is crawling, the full crawl is running, maybe incremental crawl is running, it occupies a huge amount of system resources. So you, if you want to stop, you can click pause, and later when you have a very less load from the end users, you can start again, you can resume that. And this one is server name mapping. For example, I have the server name Rishan Solutions colon 2016. I don't have any domain which I created. So for example, this is the default one here in the default zone which is running. But for my end users, for clients, I want to show the internet facing URL instead of showing this URL. So we have two options here. First, address in index, maybe address in index would be Rishan Solutions with a port number, and you want to show the address in search results rishansolutions.com, then you need to keep, instead of Rishan Solutions port number, you can give rishansolutions.com, then click OK. Your search index have that port number, but in the results you can able to see the .com instead of that. So this is very useful. Instead of keeping the two different URLs in your index, you can keep one in the index, and you can show the results with a different URL. That is the advantage with the server name mapping. And also we have file types here. If you want to restrict some file types coming in the search, you can restrict from here. Use this page to specify a file types to include in the content index. So why, how you can exclude? They said only include, how you can exclude, which means you can simply remove that. For example, if you remove ASPX page from this, then ASPX files will not come in the search results. So if you want to add any specific file type, click this one, then you can able to add that file type just give the extension either divorce html pdf word and jpeg png so on so on, so don't give the dot. And the next one is index reset. And index reset, if you don't if you want to clear all the index, if you want to clear all the index, just click reset now. For example, if you have 10,000 items in your search results, now you don't want to use that, you can reset. When you hit reset, your search results can't come back to zero. Then when you try to search from your site or a list, and you won't see any results inside that, because you completely reset that particular index. So once you reset this, and again if you want to make the index, then come back to content sources, then run that particular full crawl again. So coming back to content sources, now it is idle and it ran 3 minutes 38 seconds. So when I go back to search administration, I am expecting the results. See, 39 items, 39 searchable items inside this search service application. Before going to site and search for the results, we'll see this last option in the crawler impact rules. Now currently we don't have any rules. If you want to add the rule, you can able to add the rule as well. When you go to the rule, we don't have much options here. So in which site you want to use these two options, you need to enter the URL of the site, and we'll see what is the two options here. First one is request up to the specified number of documents at a time and do not wait between the request simultaneously request. So which means if you want to run, which you want to run number of documents at a time and do not wait for the request between the simultaneously. So each maximum documents you can able to run here, or you want to run one document and then wait for another document after some seconds, you can use this option. So current, as per my current system configuration, it can able to handle this, and you can increase decrease this number. So if you have a low performance system and if you feel and this is not crawling properly, then you can go with this option, but this would be fine. So if you see this impact rules, you feel okay, this might have on a different things, but it doesn't. It only have two radio buttons. You don't have an option to write something here. It's just a rule to crawl particular documents on a particular site. Is it a simultaneously, or we have to wait one document completes, and then you want to wait for 1 second then start another one, like that. So I'm clicking cancel. Okay, done. So before going back to this application management, manage service applications, and then click search service application, click manage. Now we have 39 items. We'll go to this site now, and I'm going to home page of this site. Okay, done. We'll try to set something here with the title. Okay, I'm expecting some results. No, nothing. Even we don't have an error message. Oh, we got the results. It was taking a couple of seconds, but we got the results. When I type title, I can able to see the site, and when you mouse over it, you can able to see the rich window here within a page. So that's a great advantage in SharePoint. You can able to see all the details when you just mouse over. And here also another one which also contains title, and this please provide title. I got some results here. So total 7 results I can able to get it from here. Even when I go back to this site home page, and I have some data list which I'll try from here. I'll try one. I got the results from here. For example, if I type title, just title, no, nothing, but title is here, but there is no results in the content. But when I try here something like this one, Now it is getting completely from the site, and this in the data list contains one, and also the same list contains inside a URL of the display form. I can able to see this is in all items, and this is in a specific display form of that particular item. I can able to see some refinements here. I can able to see result type is web page, and I can see author also. I can see modified date. This is the refinements, and this is a search for the site, and we discussed about the search inside a list. Now just before we created a page. To see that page, I'm going back to site contents. In the site contents, we have site pages, and there is a page named as search. Inside this, now just before we have error message here, this is a web part and this is a web part. I am trying to search for one. I entered one, and I just pressed enter. We'll see it passes the results, or otherwise we have to try once again. Maybe we'll try once again. We'll hit search. Now we can able to see the results here. This is a results web part, and this is a search box web part. And when you try to search here, and you can able to see the results here in the results web part. Now here we don't have the refinements because we are not added the refinements here, and we have a search navigation option that also we are not added. So we have more things to discuss in the search. Search contains a lot of things like how you can diagnose your search, how you can see the reports, how you can work with the queries and results. There is plenty of things to discuss. And also the things we have not covered it, what actually the components do, and what components is related with the another component, how that is processing the things, and where this index partition will store, and how that process the index. There is plenty of things were there in the search service application, and that will cover in the upcoming video. So in this video we covered how we can configure the search service application, how you can run your full crawl, and what is the advantage with the continuous crawl and incremental crawl, which one is best, that we discussed. And also we discussed crawl rules and several name mappings, file types, index reset, pass resume, and crawler impact rules. Okay, and in the upcoming video we'll discuss more things about search service application. Thanks for watching.